If you're an 18-year-old woman in India and your wedding is fixed, chances are that marriage is now illegal. Did you know that the Union Cabinet has passed a reform that adversely affects your life? Yes, I'm talking to all of you women out there 18 plus. And that's because this reform ensures that the marriageable age for women goes up to 18 to 21 now. In this video, I'll be telling you all about the reforms that the Union Cabinet has brought about with regards to the marriageable age for women. As I mentioned, the marriageable age for women now has gone up to 21, and this is a decision, a huge one, that's been taken by the Union Cabinet. It's been taken after consulting with several NGO groups. The Women and Child Development Ministry even set up a committee to look into this and whether there's a need to raise the marriageable age. But why has the legal age been changed now? The last time we saw this kind of a reform was way back in 1978 when the marriageable age was changed from 16 to 18. Now, in 2021, the Union Cabinet has brought about this reform. So there are two reasons cited for this. One is undernutrition and the second is maternal mortality among women. And it's for these two reasons that the Cabinet has approved this reform. Now, I'm sure you're all wondering, like I did, what does undernutrition have to do with a woman's marriageable age? Let me explain the connection to you. Well, in many parts of India, we see very often that women are married off at a very young age, sometimes even below the age of 18, their marriages are fixed. And the question that then comes up is she ready for a family? Is she ready for that kind of responsibilities? Is she ready to bear a child for that matter? What may surprise you is the fact that most women in India, believe it or not, die out of maternal mortality. What does that mean? Maternal mortality is essentially when a woman dies during or shortly after giving birth to a child. This usually occurs because of an adverse loss of blood after delivery or because of a lack of basic nutrition and care. Mind you, ensuring nutritious food just during a woman's pregnancy is simply not enough. She needs nutrition from a very early stage of her life to ensure that she's healthy and is able to bear a child. It's because of these factors that the Cabinet has in fact backed their decision of raising the marriageable age. By increasing the age of marriage, the government hopes to equip women both mentally, which is so very important and ignored very often, and physically as well to deal with the challenges, the responsibilities of marriage. So is this reform really good for the future of women? Is this the need of the hour as the government says it? Well, there are divided opinions on this, and let's tell you why some experts and some activists are against this move of raising the marriageable age to 21. Many activists and experts have raised two issues particularly with this reform. First, number one, they say that the current Prohibition of Child Marriage Act isn't really effective. Number two, that a number of marriages will become criminalized after this particular reform comes in. And experts have also pointed out that the reason many girls drop out of school is not because of marriage, but because of a lack of access to higher education. And that is the issue that must be addressed first. And when it comes to nutrition, how accessible is nutrition for a girl? How is she cared for? Those are issues that haven't been addressed. Where does she get her nutrition from is a question experts are asking. They're saying that maternal mortality doesn't so much have to do with the girl getting married at a young age and having a child at a young age, but rather about the fact that she has a lack of nutrition and care from very early on in her life. Irrespective of pregnancy, experts are saying that women don't have access to nutrition, to protein-packed meals or any sort of healthy foods. And that's why pregnancy simply becomes more dangerous when the woman is malnourished. And that, according to experts, is what needs to be addressed first. Let's also talk about another aspect, the increased criminalization of marriages, something that experts have pointed out. Now, 23% of marriages involve women who are under 18, and a huge percentage of marriages involve women who are between the age of 18 to 21, which will be deemed illegal once this law comes into effect. So who will be most affected by these rules and these reforms? Well, 70% of these kind of early marriages, according to the data that we have, happens in deprived communities like that of the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. And for people belonging to these communities now, their marriages will either get postponed or called off. And this kind of a reform will most likely affect more rural women than urban women, because it is in villages that you see these kind of early marriages happening so very often. Not just this, but a study also by the International Center for Research on Women says girls out of school are 3.4 times more likely to be married off immediately or have their marriages fixed than those who are still going forward with their education or are still having access to education. Do let us know in the comments which side you stand on this story. Do you think that this is the need of the hour, or that these kind of reforms could be more dangerous and provide more challenges for women?